What's going on, guys? Today's video is on my Pleco fish doesn't eat and it doesn't move. The Pleco catfish is a super misunderstood fish in this hobby, and today I want to deep dive into educating you on what might be happening to your Pleco, because there's a couple reasons why you never see these things move and they never come out during the day. What most people don't know is that Pleco catfish are actually nocturnal, and this is why you see them commonly hiding during the middle of the day. What happens is they actually come out at nighttime. So chances are the reason you're not seeing your Pleco catfish is because they come out at night. That's pretty simple to understand. And secondly, your Pleco not eating, that's a whole other separate issue. A lot of people misunderstand that these fish actually need a lot of protein instead of just algae. You know, the common reason for getting a Plecostomus catfish is so that they will eat all the algae and help clean the tank. That commonly doesn't happen actually, and they actually add more bioload to the tank. And I find that getting a Pleco actually, it doesn't help the tank whatsoever, and it just makes the water parameters worse. But back to what I'm saying about the food here. We need some food with some protein in it, and it needs to be put inside the aquarium at nighttime. I know this sounds odd, but that's what needs to happen. And a lot of people think that when they go out and buy generic algae discs, that that's the perfect ideal food for Plecostomus, but that's actually not the case. What I try to do is get some extra fish food in there with some more added protein, because these fish actually need tons of protein. And a lot of people don't know this, but when you go and buy those generic algae discs for catfish that are designed for them, they're actually stuffed with protein. What I try to do to ensure that these fish are getting adequate amounts of protein is I'll throw some other fish foods in the tank, like cichlid sinking pellets or sinking shrimp pellets. These are good amounts of protein, and what I'll do is I'll throw a link in the description box for some of those foods that I buy that I feed the Plecos. Try to make sure that the foods sink, though, to the bottom, because after all, Plecos are bottom feeders, and that's where they're going to do most of their scavenging. So to sum this up on why your Pleco catfish doesn't eat, chances are you're not feeding the right food, and they're nocturnal, so you need to be feeding them at night. A lot of people don't know this, so don't feel too guilty. I get questions like this all the time, and emails, because I own plateaustomus.org, and a lot of people use that as a resource online. These are just a really misunderstood fish, and they need adequate amounts of protein, and a lot of people don't know that. So hit up the description box. I'll throw some links in there to some foods that I use. The sinking shrimp pellets are great because shrimp are just stacked full of protein, and the food sinks because they are a bottom feeder after all. This works great for them. Also throw in some of those algae discs because they still do need that variated diet of the algae as well. These fish are absolutely fascinating. I love them. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, hit up the comment section, and make sure to like this video. I love you guys. Also subscribe, pretty please. It helps the channel. It means nothing to you and everything to me. So, all right, guys, hit up the comments with your Pleco questions.